Okay, are you still confused of the type of solar that you need for your home or your business place? Or okay, are you sure that you are not making mistake of that quotation they are giving you? Or okay, are you sure that that system you want to install, they gave you the right design? Okay, don't worry. But in this video, I'm going to teach you, show you how you can get the right size of your solar system. But in case you are still confused or you don't understand, you will reach out to me and I will show you and also tell you, I will also show you, give you a good design for the system that can serve you better. Because believe me, if you do this system wrong, you might end up regretting or lose a lot of money. But okay, now let's talk. What did you have in your house, or what are you planning to power? Is it light? Is it your television? Is it your fan? Is it your fridge? Is it your AC? Tell me, write it in the comment section. List these appliances in the comment section and tell me the exact thing that you want to power in your house or you have in that place you are doing business. Tell me these things and I will recommend a good system for you. And feel free, you can reach out to me or WhatsApp. My number is on the screen, and I will tell you the exact things to buy. And if possible, you can reach out to me for the installation, and we can do everything possible for you to get a good system that will last you for years. Right? Okay, so follow me. Let's go and do this thing together. Number one thing is what? When you want to think of sizing your system yourself, or no, okay, I need 2.5 kVA inverter, I need 5 kilowatt hour battery, I need 5 solar panels of 300 watts, I need 3 pieces of 600 watt panel. What is giving you this conclusion that you need this thing? But in this system, let's look it together. Number one is that you should know appliances to power. I'm giving you the things that we make you to, I'll give you things that will also let you to know that, okay, when you put this in the place, you should know the size of system to install. Number one is the appliances you want to power. Number two, how long did I want to use them? Yes, it's very important. Number three, what time will I be using them? So these are the things that will help you when it comes to this. So number one is the appliances. What are these appliances? Now, the appliances here, we are talking about your TV, we are talking about your lighting point, we are talking about your fans, we are talking about your AC, we are talking about your fridge, then the rest things. These things are very, very important because the solar system you are seeing comes in capacity and sizes. And the system you are seeing tends to power these, your devices, your appliances for a long time. And you want them to keep powering it for as long as possible. But before then, you have to know that solar is not just a normal generator or a NEPA light that when it comes, it doesn't go off. This system has their own design. So the first thing that you will come to think of is that, okay, I need 3 lights, I need 1 AC, I need 2 fridge, I need 2 fans, and this and that. List them. Once you are finished listing the appliances, the next thing is, how long did I want to use them? Okay, tell me something. Are you going to use the system in the day? Are you going to use it in the night? Or is it day and night? This is one of the best questions that you will answer for yourself that will make you to get a good size of solar system. Even some engineers might not tell you what I'm telling you now, but I love you so much and I'm telling you this, that you have to know that when you use this system in the daytime and when you use this in the night, or both day and night, the designing for these two things are different, right? Okay, now, the number 3 thing that we have there is, what particular time will you use it? What is your peak time? It's very important. Is it that during the day, is it an office space that you'll be using it? Now, how long this one tends to do with hours? I'm talking about the time. This has to do if it is day or night use. So these 3 things are the number 1 thing, or are the basic things that you need to put at the back of your mind, so that when you are meeting somebody for your solar system, you know that, okay, these are the questions that I'm going to answer. I'll tell the engineer so that he can design a good system for me. But it doesn't stop there. I want to show you another thing. So now, when you are done with your appliances and you arrived at what you want to power, you say you want to power lights, you want to power fans, you want to power TV, you want to power fridge, you want to power your the code so that you and your family or your business place, as your customer come, they can be watching television in that your business place. Okay, that is a good idea. That is fine. But I want you to do yourself the good that all these appliances that I have listed here, they have low energy consumption appliances. The best thing you will do for yourself in this era and generation is to always get an appliance or device that are energy efficient or friendly or low power consumption appliances. Under bulbs, other lights, we have them. We even have as low as 3 watts bulb. We have them 5 watts. We have them 10 watts. But it will be good for you to consider using either 3 watts or 5 watts. And not going from 10 watts, because the more appliances, the more the high rating of the appliances, the more energy it consumes. The same thing goes to your fan. We have solar fan, we have DC fan. We consume low power, low energy, right? Instead of the normal regular AC fan that consumes high wattage. So we have TV, smart LED TV that consume lesser power when it comes to using them on solar. Because the aim is for you to maximize using solar system, using energy efficient devices or appliances, and make sure your solar system battery lasts long and doesn't run down as quick as possible, even when you power these things using the solar system. So all these things have what? Energy appliances. And all these things have low energy appliances, and it is good for you to get them if you want that system not only to last long, but for the lifespan of that system, both your solar panel, your inverters, your battery, and all those things. The more load you apply on the system, the more the efficiency drops, and the more the life cycle the lifespan reduce quickly, because you'll be draining your battery, using the system even more than expected over the time. So get a good energy low power consumption appliances, ranges from your light, your fan, your TV, your fridge, your decoder, your AC. Almost all appliances are using low power consumption, voltage or power in this period. So this is what will help you to get this is what will help you for your system to last long. Now, having said so, there's another thing I want to talk about in this video, and that thing is you should be kind enough, if possible, to know that, okay, my bulb, my light is 5 watts. My fans, okay. So now, if you want to know, in all these devices, they have their wattage, they have their ratings, right? So you can know or see there from a label attached to it, right? So if you go close to maybe your fan or your TV, you take it out, or even your bulb, even if you go to the market to buy, ask them to show you, or you will show it, look around the side of the device or appliances, you will see a label, a sticker that is being attached to that device, maybe by the side or by the front or at the back. Both your fridge and everything, both AC carry all these specifications. Look, and you will see either they will write it in watts, then also they can write it in maybe 1 amps or maybe 1.2 or 1.8 amps. So either they will give you in watts or they will give you in current. And we already know that our voltage is 220 volts. Formula to calculate for power is P is equals to IV. Where we know our current and voltage, we can get our power. But we know our current, then we don't know our voltage, but we know power, which is what? We can substitute and have our voltage. But the major thing that concerns us is what? Our watt, which is this watt of every appliance. Because at the end of the day, we'll take this wattage and use it for our design. So now, let's talk about, assuming every appliance that we have in this house amount to 300 watts. Now, remember, we're talking about how to know the right size of system. Assuming everything amount to 300 watts, right? That you'll be powering in your house. Remember, energy, the energy grows because appliances in the house, you keep buying. As demand increases, the demand for appliances also increase. So even if you do your calculation by yourself and arrive at 300 watts, you cannot just limit it to 300 watt solar system, unless you want to manage the situation and just manage solar system of 300 watts for a time. If not, when you have this system, you can take it up to maybe 500 or even 1000 watts. 1000 watts is also what we call 1 kilowatts. So in this 1 kilowatt, when you, in case tomorrow you buy another fridge or you buy another TV or more fans or bulbs, this system can actually accommodate all those extra devices or appliances that you go and buy. Now, in this one, this size now of this capacity of these appliances help us to know that this inverter is able to carry them at a time. Okay, now let me take us to what I'm talking about. Now, I am talking about the inverter, right? In the inverter is the one that will carry your load. Inverter is the one that will power your load. When you plug it on the system, the inverter that do what, that will receive it and carry the load. Then how many load did you want to power? It depends on the capacity of what? It depends on the capacity of what? Your inverter. Then how long did this thing will stay on this solar, this inverter? It depends on your battery bank. That means the type of battery you have, the size, the capacity, now depends on how it will power your load for the number of hours designed it to be. So maybe if you have 1.5 kilowatt hour lithium battery, it might not carry you up to when you have 3 kilowatt hour lithium battery. Even if you power 300 watt load on this system and this system, it will not give you the same time backup. If you power this 300 watts on this battery, it might tend to say 3 hours. Power the same here, it might tend to say 6 or 7 hours. So this is what one of the things we actually look into. So how long did you want to power these things there? It now depends on the number of hours. If this is what? Times 3, then you now know that if you multiply 300 watts times 3 hours, if you multiply it, it will give you 900 watts hour, which is 0.9 kilowatt hour, right? Then it's also then we can also make it to be 1 kilowatt hour, which is size of the capacity. Like as I said before, 3 hours, but using 1.5, it can be able to carry you all through maybe 4 hours or 4 hours plus. So that is for that. Then another thing I want us to talk about is what? Your solar panel. Your solar panel. Solar panel is one of the major components or device that you need. Okay, so what am I talking about? A solar system is not complete without you having a good solar panel. And having a good solar panel will tend to charge your battery faster. Remember, all these devices have capacity and rating. So the solar panels have its own wattage. The lower wattage, which is a smaller panel, have a lower capacity, a lower wattage, unlike the big panels. Small panels produce more of voltage, less current. Bigger panels produce more of current and less of voltage. So how can you know the type of panel or the size or the capacity of panel that you'll be going for in order for you to keep sustaining your load and also charge your battery at the same time? So this is very important, because if you miss it at the point of design, your system will be lagging behind, because at the end, you might end up using your solar panel, energy coming from your solar panel, to keep powering your load in the afternoon while your battery is not charging. So how can you do this? If first of all is to know if you are using a charge controller, know the rating of the charge controller, right? If you are using hybrid inverter, know the specification of your hybrid inverter, because inside your inverter, that is where your charger is, that is where your charge controller is. So now when you know this, and when you know the specification, you now know the number of panels that you can connect through that charger, and how many hours with that charger, with that solar panel charge through this charge controller or hybrid inverter, charge your battery. At the same time, when you want to use that system in the daytime, when you have hybrid inverter, you tend to add more to this panel. Maybe design it to increase the wattage that will come from the energy, the power coming from the panel to the help of the sun, so that part of the power will keep powering your load. The other part will also do or charge your battery. So this is a two-way thing for those that are using hybrid inverter. But if you didn't know this, or if you didn't do it very well, if you didn't decide it very well, you might end up only using the solar power that is coming in the daytime to power your load, your house appliances, and do what? Leaving your battery hanging. And at the end, your battery might not charge. And in the night time, you will not enjoy your solar system because your battery will go off on time. So in this video here, we are going to end it, and we'll do more of this kind of video to keep educating people. And if you get value, or you watch, learn something from this video, remember to do what? Follow us, like, share, and also comment. And also tell us the kind of videos or the kind of things you want to be learning from this platform. I will do it. I will send it to this platform. Right? So do well to follow us, share, comment, and also let us know maybe your challenges and any other thing that you need in this solar system. I will do the video. I will drop it here for everybody to watch. All right, thank you very much for watching this video. My name remains Engineer Isaiah Omoivo, the CEO and the MD of Global Engineering Services, and I will see you in the next video. God bless you.